welcome to the kitchen at the Blue OK. Today we're making raw nut milks. Nut milk you can make out of any nut or seed, really. And so I've shown a few varieties here that you could choose to make your nut milk out of: almonds, Brazil nuts, hazelnuts, hemp seed. You can even make nut milk out of macadamia nuts or sunflower seeds. Really, whatever nut you enjoy the flavor of, you can make a nut milk out of, or whichever seed you enjoy the flavor of. You can also make a seed milk out of. And one of the reasons I love to drink nut milks are it's a great alternative to dairy milk, which we know is pasteurized and is now containing more and more antibiotics, steroids. The conditions that the animals are under just make it something that I prefer to be off of. And so nuts and seeds are a great alternative for that creamy texture that you can blend in smoothies, that you can use on a raw granola. And they're great for you. They have a lot of enzymes in them when you soak the nuts and lots of minerals. And they're a good, healthy source of fat and protein on the raw diet. So I want to show you how to make your own because some of the ones that you buy in the store, most of them have been pasteurized, so they're not actually alive anymore. And this is also an affordable way to make your own nut milks. So what you'll need is a blender. And I'm using today 1 cup of soaked nuts. So I'm using almonds today. You're just going to put those right into the blender, and then you're going to add about 3 cups of water. It's usually a 1 to 3 part. If you want it a little thicker, you could add less water. And if you wanted it to be on the thinner side, you would add more. So I'm going up to about 4 here because I've added 1 cup of nuts. And you want to have rinsed your nuts, which is always after you've soaked them, you rinse them, and then add a little pinch of salt, and I usually add a little dash of vanilla just to kind of bring out some of the flavor of the almonds. You could also, if you wanted a very strong almond milk, you could add almond extract, and then you would get a lot of almond flavor, but you get plenty just from the almonds themselves. So go ahead and begin blending. So the other thing that's important to have on hand is a nut milk bag for straining your nut milk at a high-speed blender so that you can really get the almonds or the nuts or seeds well broken down. A nut milk bag, they're inexpensive to buy once you track them down. They're a few dollars usually, but they're a very fine nylon mesh, and they just work better than a cheesecloth, which tends to break and let a lot more of the pulp through. And so it's meant for straining out the fine pulp and giving you just this creamy, delicious milk left over. So once you have it blended, you're just going to pour your nut milk right through the nut milk bag, and then we're going to pick it up and squeeze some of that pulp out just to get a little more of the liquid. So you'll have a bag full of pulp, and you can do this over a bowl, or you can do it in a pitcher so that you can pour it into a jar afterwards, but you're really just squeezing down on that pulp and letting it drip out through the bottom. And the whole process usually takes a couple minutes just to get the liquid through the pulp. And you can use the leftover almond pulp or nut pulp to make cookies. You make macaroons out of these sometimes, or sometimes I'll use some of the pulp to dehydrate for a crust, for a dessert. So there's a lot of uses for the leftover nut pulp. Now you have your delicious milk, and you're going to pour it. You can pour it into a cup.
Hey, Amy, I heard you're making nut milk today.
I am.
Well, I see you've got some poured, and I thought I'd come here and drink some with you.
Excellent, excellent.
Oh, great.
It's an almond milk today.
All right. May I taste?
Please.
Excellent.
Enjoy.
Tastes like almond milk.
That's exactly what it is.
Well, I like to make smoothies and mix different ingredients in my milks. I'm sure you do the same. I see you've got some nuts out here, some macadamias and almonds. I just wanted to tell viewers that, you and I make nut milks out of all these different things, and they are always delicious. I like to have it with my granola in the morning.
Yeah, raw granola for making milkshakes,
all of the
smoothies,
above.
all the above.
I'm going to take mine and go back to the cafe, but I knew you were making nut milk, so I just wanted to say hello and toast you one more time. Amy's
Cheers.
The best. Thank you.
Enjoy. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them here on the website. And bon appetit.